Hey everyone, it's Laynie and welcome to my channel. If you are new to my channel, I am so excited that you are here, and if you are returning to my channel, thank you so much. I truly appreciate it. You guys, I want to get to know you because I truly have some awesome members of the Lash family. So I want to start out each video trying to get to know you guys better and allowing you to get to know me better. So what question do I want to ask today? What are your top 3 favorite movies? For me, this is a very hard question because I love movies. I am the kind of person, when I watch a movie, a lot of times I feel like I am in the movie. Like if someone is holding their breath because they're underwater, I will be in the theater going, I learned in Castaway I would have never made it. That is the truth. So top 3 movies. Oh my gosh, this is hard. But I have to do some throwbacks for my favorite. Gidget, the original with Sandra Dee. That is key. The original. If you've never seen the original Gidget, oh my gosh, it is so good. It's so cute. And Moondoggy, he has my heart. Number 2 would have to be Dirty Dancing. I could watch that movie 500,000 times. R.I.P. Patrick Swayze. He was a true hunk and also seemed like the nicest guy ever. Why do the nice ones always die young? The good die young. That saying is true. Number 3 favorite movie. Okay, 10 Things I Hate About You. Loved it again. What? See, the good die young. Heath Ledger. I remember when that news broke that he passed away. I literally cried. He was so cute. He seemed so down to earth. Oh, Heath Ledger. He was so talented. But I would say those are my top 3 favorite movies. And oh my gosh, can you say chick flick, chick flick, chick flick? I swear, I do love more than just chick flicks. But I would love to hear what your top 3 favorite movies are. Now let's get to what this video is all about. I am going to be finally trying out with you guys the new ColourPop face products. I am so excited to finally try this. I've had it stashed away in my closet since the release. And I'm like, I can't try it until I'm with my Lash family. So I'm pretty pumped. If you want to see how this works on my oily skin for an all-day wear test, then just keep watching. I want to go in with a primer I am familiar with, so I am going to use the Tatcha Silk Canvas. Totally blanked on the name there for a second. I still use this little disc, even though they claim you can throw it away. It seems like a waste. I still use it. I enjoy using that to get the product out instead of digging my fingers into the product. I picked the color Light 65, and thank goodness I am using my fake tanner right now because this would not match my winter skin. So if I like it, I'm definitely gonna have to go down a shade or 3 because I have fake tanner on right now because I'm trying to pretend I go outside in the sun because I haven't. So if I didn't say, I might have. I'm a little, it's the coffee, it's kicking in. $12 for this, which is crazy cheap, especially if this is good. I've kind of really heard hit and miss from the videos I've watched. I know I'm late getting this out. Wow, that's pretty tan for a light 65. I know I picked something that was gonna work for the summer shade, but well, this is not gonna work in about another month, sadly. So I'm just dotting it all over. It is a very thin formula, using a damp Real Technique sponge, and I will buff one side with the sponge, one side with a brush. I've really been into using a brush lately. Wow, the coverage is there. I'm gonna zoom you in. But surprisingly, I have been really enjoying using a brush lately. I've been doing that a lot. Part of it is because I'm just too lazy to wet my sponge. But today, I was like, the sponge shall be wetteth, because when you're doing a foundation wear test, you gotta try both to see what works. The coverage is there. Okay, this is no foundation here. I mean, it's there. I feel like my face looks very blurred. The color is not bad. I feel like it's actually going on lighter than it looked like it was going to, but it could oxidize. So I love this sponge, but I do wish it was just like a teeny. I kind of said titty right there, I'm not gonna lie. A teeny bit smaller. It's just, sometimes it's hard to get like in these areas. White headband probably wasn't the smartest idea. It's not going to stay white for very long. This has been my favorite foundation brush. This is the Real Techniques Complexion Blender brush. Gonna put a few more dots too, like 1.5 pumps, because I'm gonna go back over this because that just wasn't enough. I bet we'll get more coverage with the brush side. That's how it usually goes. Definitely getting more coverage. Probably didn't need 1.5 pumps. One probably would have been totes fine. The birds are singing. If you ever hear someone walking around upstairs, my dad's here, my dog's here. Does anyone else's parents come over like every single day? Anyway? I don't mind it. I like it. I love my dad. We're very close. You guys, the coverage is there. I will say the brush side looks a little cakey. I don't know if you'll be able to really see it. I want to really zoom in. Like right in here looks real cakey, like around my nose, right here. Right here it looks pretty cakey. I think I did put a little too much on this side, so I think that's partially my fault. Now that we've seen it with the brush, I can say right away I like the sponge side better. So I'm gonna go over with it. It can kind of help shear it out, push it into the skin. So pardon my shade selection because I picked this out before I was using fake tanner. So it's a little brighter than I normally go. This is in the ColourPop No Filter Concealer in Fair 5. I used to have one darker. I don't have it now. I used it up. One thing I will tell you I found with the ColourPop concealers is that they really oxidize. This one does not seem to be oxidizing, of course. Maybe they kind of fixed their formula because the one I had went from being a nice brightening concealer to like tan on my skin. But I will say I feel like the concealer is wearing extremely well with the foundation. It did kind of, at one point when I went over with the sponge, come off a little bit right here, but I was able to put just a tad more and buff it out, and now it's staying put. So I don't know what that was about. But other than that, I had no problems applying it. I did buff it out with a brush. I have been doing that with my concealer just because using this little Makeup Geek round blush brush is perfect for getting in between the brows. It works out really well for me and like buffing it around the brows. But so far, I feel like these two are wearing extremely well together. I will say this shade is not oxidizing. It looks really good. It actually might be even a little bit lighter than my fake tan, which I'm fine with because I feel like this shade, Light 65, is something I can use between my fake tan and not fake tanned self. So I think it will work out pretty good for both seasons. Now I'm going to go in with the translucent powder. This is their No Filter setting powder. I did the translucent. There are 3 shades. I thought about doing banana, but again, I thought with fall and winter around the corner, there's a good chance it will end up being too yellow for my skin. With my fake tanner, I probably could have done it, but I tried to buy products that are going to fit both seasons for me. I've heard really good things about this powder. If I can get this okay. Now I will say it has a little sifter. I'm not the biggest fan of that because I usually like to dunk my brush. But I'm gonna this is how they did it, so I'm gonna try it. Ignore how dirty this brush is. I'm gonna use the Luxie Precision Foundation brush. It's one of my favorites for putting powder under the eyes. I'm gonna coat my brush pretty good. And then let's go on in. Very powdery. It's really floating around in the air right now. So if you have dry under eyes, which I feel like I hear a lot of people say they do, I think this will make your under eyes extremely dry, because I feel like mine look a tad dry and I don't have dry skin. This I'm putting wherever I put the concealer to keep it nice and bright. But I do feel like it definitely made my skin look extremely smooth in here. Are my pores still there? Absolutely. But definitely looks very smooth. You got those dry under eyes, just like a little tiny swirl, really tap it off and then just set your concealer. I'm going to clean this brush off and use it again for the next powder. So this one was 9 and this is also 9. This is the No Filter Sheer Press Powder. Now this is supposed to just help control oil. I'm going to put just a little bit on and I am going to pop it in my purse. I hope it doesn't break throughout the day. I am going into work to see how it helps control my oils. I got the shade medium because I didn't want to wash out the rest of my face by picking the lighter one. There isn't really a lot of color in this, but sometimes even the sheerest powder, which this is supposed to be extremely sheer, when you pick a light one, it can really just add like a cast to the face, which can really wash it out. So I did pick medium for this one. Okay guys, so far I'm actually really impressed for the initial test. I do feel like my under eyes look a little bit on the dry side and I don't normally have that problem. But I'm going to go ahead and finish up the rest of my face. I will check in again tonight after my entire day is done. Hey guys, so I made a boo-boo the other day and I totally deleted the clip of me giving you my final thoughts on the ColourPop foundation, my check-in. As soon as I hit delete, I was like, oh no, I needed that. So I went ahead and wore this foundation again today. I've been wearing it for about 11 hours now. Now I didn't wear it to work, so I wasn't really as busy, or maybe, you know, not really stressed. Sometimes work can be stressful, which kind of helps produce oil, but as you can see, I am very oily still. I did not bring this powder with me, so I was going to show you how it does mattify with how oily I am now. But you guys, I just want to tell you the truth about this ColourPop foundation. Like, I want to love it so much because it's $12, which is just unbelievable. And the pigmentation and the color range is really good. So I like want to love it so bad. But you guys, my skin looks horrible. I look 1,000 years old. It has settled into my, I don't know if you can see, it has settled into my creases horribly. It is so cakey around here. It is, let me zoom you in. Let me zoom you in so you can see this cake fest, okay? Like, what's going on right there? Isn't that so freaky? Look at my chin. Good thing I was only around family tonight, because this looks like, from far away you might be like, she looks pretty good, but as soon as you get at a reasonable talking distance, it looks terrible. But I mean, this powder does work. I mean, it definitely mattifies. I mean, look at this side. I'm so tired right now, you guys. It's like midnight. So, like, it literally looks disgusting on my skin. Like, it makes me look like I have like all these lumps and bumps through here that I don't have. I do have a lot of acne scarring in here, but I don't have a lot of lumps and bumps down here. So I don't even know why that's. And my eyeshadow has crumbled throughout the day. What's going on here? I mean, it definitely mattifies. I mean, the powder works compared to this side. Definitely works. I want to like it, you guys, but like this is something I could wear for like a short wear day, like running a few errands today, you know, something little where I don't need to wear it for a long time. I could definitely do it, but yeah, it's gonna be a no-go for a full day's wear, and it's gonna be a no-go for repurchase, you guys. I really wish I liked this foundation. Sadly, very disappointed, but I'm always going to keep it real with you guys. So definitely give this 2 thumbs down if you have oily skin. Now, if you have dry combo skin, leave your thoughts down below on whether or not you like this foundation. And please answer my question from the beginning, and this is now filmed several days later, and I sadly don't remember what that question was, but I really want to get involved with you guys and really get to know you, so make sure you answer that down below. So yeah, okay guys, if you haven't subscribed, please subscribe. I would love, love, love for you to be a part of my Lash family. Really, I would. Make sure you follow me on Snapchat and Instagram, both places. And as always, please try to stay positive, because at the end of the day, that is truly all we can try to do. Thank you so much for watching. Have a wonderful day.